I suppose, more than anything, it's the space between what in a poem, to me, is a combination of the visual and verbal, or the linguistically thought. The space between is the area where finding one can't take in, perhaps, all the visual or verbal, that one has to create one's own world with a particular work of art, so one can actually dream or move within it. Art is the restraint of dancing's fusion with brick walls of hands-on desire headed off at the pass. Love is the shape of the sky-earth cloud. Love is the art of the twinkle in the eye of structure. Art is the futility of cracking the world egg, of looking at the transcendent commonality of all blood. Art is the Crab Nebula hydrogen bomb wrapper of Milky Way chocolate bars of perishable investment. Art is the abstract of the wings of confidence. Art is the eye of love with the cracked world egg of no hand in the headlessness. Art is embracing the detail of the general and the bound foot. Art is the exercise bike of fast pedaling, going nowhere, when the heart is lighter than a feather. Love is the peroxide of art's dark roots. Tasters of perceptual notions, of socio-cultural corpus, of gnosis, as a severed limb, of low-technology projections, of heroic memory, over a quarter of a century. Walking on the water of Aquarian New Age group millennial miracles, of the consensual grope of denatured jerks in the handset of electrical puddles. Taste is the pragmatics of shell-shocked dreams in black boxes of unpolluted automation. We all must be grateful for the little things, like wallets and aches and pains, like big nasty people acting with a glimmer of barely perceivable decency. The big knife, the big stick, the big decision, the practical styling of acceptable incompetence, the numerical deceptions of the big achievements' futilities, the smile of togetherness's forgetfulness, playing with old lang signs.
I think my own love for museums is to do with the fact that they almost tempt to present things second-hand. And that in that second-handedness one can almost take them back to the first hand and hopefully beyond to the non-existence of the third hand. I suppose in some ways in some of the old museums such as this is essentially attempting to inform in a classifiable sort of way in much the same way as computerized functioning does now, but I don't think it's to do with the romance of history. I think it's just that the means of presentation lends itself much better to aesthetic appreciation that reverberates with a quality of even of its once removed reality that is far, far greater than looking at something on a screen.
Fashion is the cobbling together of surface, squashed into the can't wait to see signs of nothing happenings, banana skins. Fashion is the striped hat of the danger of the introspectorate stepping out. Fashion is the flesh of matter, minding its own business, content with fleeting form. Fashion is the self-interest of just belonging to orders of ordinary pomposity. Fashion is the clown on the dustbin of culture. Fashion is the innocence of consumption. Fashion is the bright surface of the trip-lick 8 jingle of roads to nowhere. Fashion is the friend in need of bared fleshes, beaten up hearts, betrayal. Fashion is the crown of star-studded self-ridicule, taking itself too seriously. Fashion is the makeup of dead place. Fashion is a mob from Lavender Hill watching Rosemary's Other Baby. Fashion is a blow-up plastic clothes horse with cross legs and a repetitive strain injury deep in the throat. Fashion is a turned-off fan. Fashion is the cycle messenger of purpose Going nowhere. Come and get your noodles, and one sandwich short of a picnic, before your plump pate pate crackers get cold. Well, I'll eat my hat, chomped everyone's fool, searching for his marbles, whilst sinking a loose screwdriver shaken, but not stirred. A miraged bowl of salad, dazed and undressed, wished it could put on the hat of anti-melancholia's lost inheritance. Wet, musclehead, Egypt, dope, airhead, dork brain, cabbage, beef brain, numbskull, sheep's mutton head, goose cap, square blockhead, pinhead, fuckwit, muddlehead, politely skirted the issue of linguistic tradition, falling off the edge of a flat earth, relativity's tight-pack history, with a few pages stuck together. Well, I use a lot of things like this as metaphors, essentially, for wittingly or unwittingly, we all do what we're told, one way and another. And there's a beautiful brutality to the innocence that underlies these toys and models. It's possible that in contemporary society, as it becomes more and more disordered and dysfunctional, that the brutality that seems to be pervasive in itself, we maybe have to find within that some quality of innocence that can actually transcend its apparent pernicious effect upon us. Assuming, of course, we have the luxury of centuries to be able to do that. We may well not have.
Poets cornered, the other side of greener pastures. Cheery mortalities tried to pin things down experimentally. Cherry choke thirsted for the stimulation of unpolluted refreshments. Electro surfers threw up throwbacks into futurism in slingbacks. Slaps of maps of faces looked to get a life, but everything had changed by remaining the same. Back to frontman saw it inside out. Euroboric jobbies asked the Boracic spider for a dog end of linguistic imposition. Al agreed in grey on grey contingencies, planning another photocopy of post-hysterical morphologies sufficient unto themselves in neo-mythology's open mouth. The urban washed up suburbia. The mass was marketed to, it could be you, individualism. An erectory directory in the refectory tried to do a knees up for appetite, but it was slack everywhere. The hip, the unspared, tired replacement needed to touch its toes. Conservation sang, land of hope and glory, as it watched others eat. Simulations, high kicks of writing on, off the wall. The frog in the deep throat of the nails in the inflated titscape laughs at and dances past the present blue convoy, back against the wall, turning and marching forward into faceless boys' scripts of the good and the bad of ugly language, in Myers miasms of ours and yours, where corners, bows and bells take delight in the plastic love of the untouchable horror of our openness, slit, gutted, blubbering, wired to the edge, seeming all too often to be just too closed.